Hello, everyone. Yeah, this is a seemingly canceled mobile game that they put up for $3, and combat's decent. I think what's interesting is that they're this whole Tonfa moveset here is stolen from Neo. I noticed Pulverize, Demon Dance is stolen. The Shove as well. Most of the basic attack string is like taken from the stance strings from Neo. So yeah, maybe they're trying to get a lawsuit or something. It's a cool idea, but very bare bones. It seems like this was supposed to be like a service game at some point. But I guess that didn't pan out. So they just put it up. There's no microtransactions. I don't know how many of these people are human. It's kind of a weird structure because you basically just go through those 10 levels and then you do PvP, but the PvP is it's kind of like fighting APCs in DFO where they're like the builds of people, but they're not actual people. Actually, what would be closer to would be Revenants from Neo, which, given that this guy's moveset is almost completely ripped from Neo, uh, doesn't surprise me that they have that same system. So I guess you could go in here and use these PvP points. And I'm sure um, this was supposed to be microtransactions, but it's not. You can't spend any money in this game, which is probably a good thing. It's barren in content. I mean, I've played it for a couple hours. I think I got my $3 worth, but yeah, You know, Absalom just came out. There's better things you can put $3 towards. I wanted to try it. I was curious about it. It's okay, I guess. I just don't really like the whole thing where you're not actually making a character or going through a campaign. It's kind of just training to do this PvP. So maybe this was supposed to be like a cryptocurrency game or something. You know, maybe you could gamble to get more stuff or something like that. I have no idea. I haven't looked into it, but might be fun to do some speed runs, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of a bare bones game. Well, that's first clear of it. I don't know if I would even make a video on that. The blatantly stolen animations is really funny. It's just straight up used. I was like, you don't get to use tonfas that much in video games, like at all, right? So I saw the trailer. I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. That makes me interested in trying the full game. And then it's just, oh well, they just took the animations from Neo. They just ripped them wholesale. Clearly, the developers of that game have taste. They have good taste to steal from such a game with incredible movesets, but it's just very barren. I wonder what happened because the game is available on Android, so I guess maybe it was supposed to be a service game, but like that's incredibly bare bones. I mean, you get like a 30-minute playthrough, and then you're just doing virtual PvP, and that's it. Uh, the builds aren't very interesting either. I haven't tried the other characters, but yeah, I think you can do better than that game. It entertained me for 2 hours for $3. I mean, can't really complain about that, but it's kind of like some of those other games that have come out where it was supposed to be a service game, but that didn't pan out. Everybody's dropping these mid-tier action roguelikes, like right after Absalom came out. What was that other one? Mad King Redemption? That looked like it had potential, but then I saw the gameplay and I was like, nah, this ain't it, man. Would have been a hard sell if Absalom didn't exist, but like, now that it does, why would you play that? I tried this one. This one comes out in like 12 hours. Give this one a shot. Yeah, I wonder, like, how would that Valorous game have been a service game with, like, barely any content and then stolen movesets? Like, what would have happened if it actually blew up somehow? That would have been in deep trouble, man. I guess they're obviously going for, like, a mobile market, so maybe they hope that the Android kids don't notice, but it was immediately noticeable. I thought it just looked like heavily inspired, but it actually is just straight copied. wear their inspiration on their sleeves, I guess. It's like that shitty-looking Terrifier beat-em-up, where very clearly stolen Scott Pilgrim assets. They're hoping people won't notice, but that hasn't been working too well. Oops.
Game over.
I should check out the other movesets in that game. See if they stole any other from any other games, because I'm probably the only person that would notice. Steal from somebody else.
また遊ぼう
It's weird how some of these smaller games, not this one doesn't have any stolen assets, but it's weird how they have such good taste to steal from good games, but then like they can't make anything original. That is strange. Let's just steal from the best Souls-like ever made. I hope nobody will notice. I guess if they're charging $3 for it, not expecting much. Who knows? feels pretty good. This actually feels pretty good.
ゲット
Not into the whole Toho anime girl thing, but this actually feels pretty solid. A rider kicked to death by an anime. A rider kicked by an anime. What a way to go. Combat feels pretty good, but it's pretty much like non-existent moveset, like usual. How these things work. I'll probably pick this up, depending on how much it's priced. Toho stuff usually is, like, exorbitantly overpriced. Both, like, the official games and then the fan ones like this are usually, like, insanely overpriced. I don't know. It's like under 20 bucks. I could probably give that more of a shot. It's probably going to be something insane like $30. So I know a little bit about Toho because my I had an IRL friend that was really into it. Well, it's basically usual stuff. Weeb games are just like insanely overpriced for no reason. Just because it's a weeb game and they know they can get away with it, they'll charge an insane price. Alright, well, those are the main things I wanted to check out. Let me see if I got some more demos here. Oh yeah, I haven't checked out this yet. Let's check this out next. Was it a canceled mobile game? Yeah, most likely. I don't really think that Valorous game, would have done well on Android, even though the standards for action games on Android is way lower than PC. I really don't think that would have done well. It's just devoid of content. The combat is okay. It's got the foundation to have good combat, but they stole stuff from Neo, but then like didn't actually understand what makes that combat good. There's like no animation canceling. It's only a couple movesets as well. It's just not something I would recommend somebody to play, really. Unless you're really fiending for Neo 3. We'll have a new game, they make Valorous 2. They can steal animations from that. Alright, let's see how this feels. Ikimasu.
大丈夫。きっともっとできますよ。
Platforming is not very good. I can already tell. It's one of those games, we need to have platforming. Nah, if you make it floaty and not very good feeling, then no, you don't need that. Quiet anime.
行きましょう。いいですね。
Chick's got high time and Helmbreaker. Basic character action functionality. It's a good sign. Can you really not? You can only do high time raw? That's whack. What the hell? Why can you only do a raw? Weird decision.
了解。早速調査を始めよう。ふむ。ええ、全力で切る。かかって逃がさない。次に行こう。重要アイテムです。集めましょう。ふむ。ここは野営地。まずい。寝ずに頑張りましょう。遅い。まったく。気をつけて。了解。
Hello? What just happened? What happened? What happened? Is it like trying to transition to a cutscene, but it broke? What happened? What? It's having a hard time. What? Return to latest save, yeah. What? What the hell? Hey, yeah, so close. What? Are you gonna like recover from this or what? Yeah. It's just completely broken now. It's soft locked. Well, I guess I'm not playing this. It's soft locked. That is the definition of a soft lock. Like the game still like responds to inputs, but it, you know, you can't progress. That is the dictionary definition of a soft lock. I would send that to somebody that didn't know what a soft lock was. I'm like, that was one right there. Like, it still paused, and like the character was still talking, but I couldn't progress. The game was completely just unresponsive. That game seems pretty cool, though. I definitely want to play that somewhere later. When's that supposed to come out? Not the best first impression, though. Oh, it doesn't even have a release date. I guess it's, felt decent enough. The platforming felt pretty bad, to be honest. Felt like, Lost Soul aside, pre-patch, the platforming in that felt really bad, because Uh, when he would land, he would go into this roll animation, and you were stuck in it for like half a second. And that game had not super difficult 3D platforming, not like hardcore challenge and Mario Galaxy levels, but uh, and then more like hard lock. Yeah, you're probably right. It didn't seem like I could play anymore. completely completely blocked itself out of being played. Well, I'll check that out again later, I guess. I think we'll do a Ghost Vanguard run, and then I'll probably do some Geno Kids, and that might be it for tonight. That was fun. The Valorous game was all right, but blatantly stolen assets, and then also zero content. It's all built around PvP, which you know how those things go. Build a game that nobody's playing around PvP is not something that ever works. But it was only $3. I got $3 of content out of it. But yeah, I don't think I'll even make a video about that one. Looked a lot better in the trailer. I don't really care that much. I'll probably get that game when it releases. I'll probably get it when it fully releases. I don't really care if demo does stuff like that. I care when it's a $90 game and it does shit like that, but a demo, it's like, whatever. That seems like something I'll play. Probably even get a review key for it. But it'll depend on whenever that's supposed to come out. What else I'm doing at the time. Gaming schedule's pretty barren. Post Age of Imprisonment. That's like the only thing I'm doing next month that I can tell. It's Age of Imprisonment next month. That's all I could really think of in November. Yeah, I saw this got fully funded. I haven't looked at the stretch goals. What are the stretch goals?
Ready, go! Perfect.
I actually don't know what else I'm gonna... What else is coming out from November through the end of the year? Because the only thing I can think of is Age of Imprisonment is in like, what, like 3 weeks? Other than that, I think this month is going to be a bit of an anomaly with like 3 major games I want to play. Guess Ninja Gaiden 4 DLC whenever that releases. February is Neo 3. March is the Dynasty Warriors 3 remaster. So, got first quarter of the year. There's some pretty cool stuff coming out for the channel. Damn, good fight. That was a great fight. Very good fight. I don't think I need anything else here. Let's go ahead and dip. GG's. No miss run. Pretty sloppy, but still. I can't wait for this game to come out. Nice, we're getting some different types of roguelikes now. Getting beat 'em up / character action game hybrid ones. This is like the main thing that's missing. We got survivors games. You got beat 'em ups now. You need a character action game one. I mean, I guess that Valorous game kind of counts as a Souls-like one, but it's just devoid of content. And, doesn't really have a very good gameplay loop. So I don't know if you can count that. But yeah, that's Ghost Vanguard. I'm really looking forward. That Toho game as well. I just played 2 games ago. I definitely will get that. Seems pretty solid. I'll look past the whole screaming anime girl thing. Looks like it comes out around 5 my time. I'll see if I'm available around then. Oh, yeah, that game seems pretty legit. Definitely could use a bit of a moveset expansion, but that's just how most of these games are now. Even Absalom is kind of guilty of that. The whole inspiration system, it doesn't feel half-baked, but it feels a lot like DMC5. Like, for instance, Brome, he only has like a handful of moves in his inspirations. Everything else is just like property changes. But then, like, you know, Cider has air dashes. So does Carl as well. Galandra has like dive kicks and all this other crazy shit that you can do. So I hope that game will expand upon that system, because once I looked at like what Brome could do, he definitely does feel quite a bit like V. You know, still a completely capable character, but he just has way less cool stuff. So you want to actually have fun playing the game. The other 3 characters are better. But yeah, roguelikes have been popping lately. I mean, we had the Entropy Effect update. That Toho game I just played is pretty solid too, especially for being made by one person. Absalom, of course. What else? What else has there been? Tears of Metal got that demo. I have to check that out soon. Starfire, major update soon. I got Rhythm Storm as well. I haven't messed around with that yet. I think I'll do like maybe one more game, and I think I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah. See what we got here. Kind of just wanted to hit up the Next Fest backlog, see like what other cool stuff is coming out. I don't know. This Next Fest has been pretty below average, actually. It's actually been like one of the worst Next Fest, I think. Nothing really of interest. Go check one more time. Yeah, it ends in like 3 days. Oh, this is an orange popcorn game. I might cop this. I'll have to try out that demo. Ember and Blade didn't feel that great. Tears of Metal demo I haven't tried yet. Well, this game looks nice, but I hated the combat and I hated the boss fights. Boss fights felt like a complete misunderstanding of what's fun in a roguelike, is when you can sometimes just burst them down really quick. They have like phases, they don't stagger. I mean, like nothing staggers in this game, actually. Definitely one of the higher budget action roguelikes. I mean, like being like full 3D with co-op and everything. But I just did not like the combat. Felt very unfun. And then the bosses are just hyper armor MMO gimmick fests, which is not what I like in roguelikes. I can put up with shit gimmick bosses when, you know, in like a traditional just action game, but stuff like this, I'm just not feeling it, man. Nice art style. Kind of looks like Risk of Rain 2, but a lot cleaner. But the combat just wasn't fun. Felt like your moveset was small, and then even if it wasn't small, like nothing like really staggers to anything. Yeah, multi-phase bosses. Yeah, that's exactly what I don't want in a roguelike. You know how exhausting that is? Maybe they think they're trying to evolve the formula. I'm like, well, you have to really scale that shit back when, you're going to be fighting those bosses hundreds of times. Yeah, I know some people probably were going to recommend that game to me. I tried the demo and it wasn't really for me. It feels like a friend slop type game. It might not be that fun solo, which is admittedly how I played it, but probably a lot of fun if you can get a squad going. But I don't know. I just don't like when they balance action games around co-op when like the player base is probably going to be dead in like 2 weeks. You're going to have to either go in a Discord or blackmail people into playing it with you. So I kind of wish that they would balance around single player first and then go from there. But that's not how these things work these days. You need to balance around 4 players. Like, no, you don't. Realistically, after the first month, it's going to be a Discord fighter, no matter what it is. So I'm not sure how good of an idea that is, but that's probably one of the more high-profile games the type of games that I like to play, but not for me. Beat 'em up uh, section is very barren with all these games that aren't beat 'em ups. What they got for roguelikes? Really slim pickings with these roguelikes, huh? Coolest one I've seen was that Toho one I played a couple minutes ago. That was probably the coolest looking one. Oh, Machogami's on the 30th. I might get that. We'll see, but it's also the same day as Zelia. I'm not really excited about Zelia either, to be honest. And be brutally honest, I'm not really excited for Zelia Remastered. I'll buy it, but I don't know. I'm probably not really going to even do much with it unless the Meebo puts out mods. Mods for that game would save it for me. I haven't looked at this yet. I'm not interested in any of these games so far. not not for me. They don't look bad. Most of them don't look bad, but yeah, I'm not feeling any of these games. Homura Hime had some promise, but game bugged out hardcore. So I tried this game. Combat felt very stiff and unfun. It It's kind of what I like, just going in rooms and fighting with no gimmicks, but the combat did not feel very good. It felt very stiff and lacking in depth. Uh, it's got a big boobed kunoichi, so I'm sure it will make money, but I'm not. I'm not going to be playing this one. I gave it an honest chance. The combat just felt so stiff. And maybe they can improve it, but I don't know. Seems like it's not really set up to be interesting. What is this? Oh, this looks poverty. The art style looks really bad. Maybe there's some fun to be had with this. This actually looks like it might be fun. It's blast with crazy builds and shit. This might actually be some fun. Oh, it's a solo dev game. No wonder it looks like this. But I could also just play like Starfire for the same thing. Try the Immortal demo? Yeah, I gotta try that out. That'll probably be the next stream, because I'm not really gonna be starting any new games, because Ninja Gaiden's 3 days away. I'm kinda just playing demos and stuff, messing around. This might be fun. I'll try this one out. Maybe not today, but I'll try this one out. It's one of the only ones that looks interesting. Oh, this one looks so poverty. Look at this. Oh man, this is how like almost every indie game used to look like. By the way, I don't know if people have been playing indie games as long as I have, but this is like how almost all of them look like. Like they tried to look like a game from like the golden era, but they actually look worse. Uh, yeah, this looks incredibly poverty. It's interesting because like the character portraits actually look really good, but then the actual gameplay looks what's the word for it? Looks like a low effort Game Boy game. Yeah, cool concept. Character designs look pretty cool. That character looks awesome, I think, but yeah, that gameplay in it, man, that looks so poverty. That's how indie games used to look like, though. They didn't used to look really clean. They always say like retro inspired, but then like they didn't actually look like an actual retro game. They always look like just considerably worse, I guess would be the word for it. They looked considerably worse than what an actual old game looked like. A lot of it was budget, not being able to find a good pixel artist, and then there's also just people who haven't really played a lot of arcade games that still have like better pixel art than a lot of this modern stuff. But yeah, see, this game's kind of a good example. This one right here, like, doesn't really look like an old game, but it doesn't look good either. It just looks like a cheap like Flash game you would play as a child. Not really an appealing art style. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else in here that looks good. Macho Gami I gotta check out. I'll go ahead and cop the demo for that now, I guess. We'll probably do another one of these demo archaeology streams in the near future. Probably in the morning, actually, if I wake up. Dream Echo actually looked kind of cool. Uh, The Ember and Blade game felt like it was trying too hard to be like Hades, but with Muso and Survivors. I just didn't enjoy playing it. I gave it a shot off stream. Felt like trying to be too hard to be like Hades. Even the way that the character looks and how the characters talk to him, he feels like a Zagreus at home kind of thing. I don't know. I guess that's going to be the thing for a while. I mean, it was like Hades clones and then Vampire Survivors clones. Well, we'll probably get some Absalom clones now because that game is doing quite well. Who knows what the budget was on it, but uh, would probably be some Absalom clones in the next couple years, and hopefully some of them will be good. If any of them could even get as close to as good as Overrider, I'd be happy to have more games like that to play. This is turn-based. I don't care about that. That looked kind of cool, and then I saw the turn-based combat. Like, nope, not for me. Not my thing. The game does look awesome, though. Just, not my thing. This Yasuke game, I've heard about this. But apparently needs a lot of work. I don't know if I'll bother loading that. Godbreakers sucks. I did not like Godbreakers at all. Godbreakers is going to be like Shredder's Revenge, but in 3D, where it's going to be great fun to play with friends, but the mechanics just aren't really that good. So playing it solo is not going to be very fun, which is pretty much what Shredder's Revenge was, right? Shredder's Revenge at launch was a disaster. Mechanics were so messed up and unfun, but it was fun. It was fun to still play casually. Godbreakers is not for me at all. Everything is in hyper armor, and the moveset is small, and you fight gimmick boss fights in a roguelike, which I think is a massive mistake. Should not design a game around that. I've played like countless action roguelikes. I mean, more than most people. A lot of ones that people haven't even heard of. And the ones that I hop off the most are the ones where they have gimmick boss fights that would be like totally fine, fighting maybe like 3 times across New Game Plus playthroughs, but not 800 times. That demo killed any interest I had in buying the full product. It's interesting because it's like a competently made game. It looks nice. It doesn't play like too bad, but I just know that would make me very pissed off playing that shit. Like, I just would not like that game. I'm glad they put out the demo because it made it so I won't ever buy it. I think they sent me an email to get a key, and I just kind of wanted to say, like, nope. I played the demo, wasn't feeling it. Is this a shooter or is there melee? This looks kind of lame. It's pretty much friend slop. I think people don't really understand what friend slop is. My personal definition of friend slop is like a Shredder's Revenge type game, which is like competently designed. Like it's not a bad game, and it's great fun to play. With other people who may not be like super into game mechanics and stuff. But when you play it solo, the cracks start to show, and it's just nowhere near as fun. That's my definition of friend slop. Shredder's Revenge now is a lot better than it was at launch, but yeah, at the launch window of that game before they patched all the stupid stuff like the taunt spamming, I'd say that Shredder's Revenge was friend slop, but just barely. It was still playable, but playing in a 6-person party with people you actually knew, like either online or locally, I'm sure that was a very fun experience actually. Uh, but if you're gonna play solo, I mean there are way better options. I'm glad that Absalom is not designed like that. The mechanics are solid enough that you can have fun playing it solo. But if you did get a squad to play it with, it would still be even more fun. But Absalom is the opposite of friend slop. It feels fun to play solo, and the mechanics are deep enough. You can still have a good experience solo. Godbreakers, no, that felt like the epitome of friend slop. like, and it's not like games like that aren't a bad thing either. I mean, it's good that there are beat 'em ups and stuff that aren't super technical, so people can play them with others who aren't, hardcore cyborg turbo nerds about those kinds of things like I am. It's awesome, but somebody who predominantly plays games solo. Games like that are not my thing. I know that I would be very annoyed playing that. I would not even accept a review key. I would tell them they should recycle it to, somebody else who'd like it more. Preferably somebody who had, people to play it with. Maybe they'll make it so you can, like, skip the phases. I think that would fix that game a lot, in my opinion. You still have those gimmicky boss fights, but allow you to, like, phase skip if you do enough damage. And that's pretty much what they did with Diablo 4 last season. They got rid of the invincibility if you did enough damage. The bosses can't turn invincible anymore in Diablo 4 because that was like the biggest complaint that they got. Turning invincible like doesn't really do anything because the bosses die so quick in that game, so there was purpose in never any purpose in having the arbitrary invincibility phases. So they changed it so if you did enough damage, you could just one-shot them. But if you didn't do enough in a certain threshold, then they could go into their phase. I think that would be a good solution for Godbreakers. But man, I was exhausted fighting that boss like one time. I do think it's really cool that roguelikes are starting to expand to being co-op though, because I mean they're basically just arcade games. So I actually think it's really cool. I'm just not a fan of when it feels like the fun of playing it solo kind of just evaporates because it's designed around a player base. What was that game I was just looking at that looked cool? Where was it? Nah. Like, I used to play Counter-Strike in high school, and the only reason I did it was because those people were very accepting of me in a time where I had a hard time being accepted at school. As soon as I went to a different school, I stopped playing that game. Like, immediately. That was another example of friend slop for me. That was like my earliest experience with friend slop was we had a teacher that would allow us to play after school, and sometimes I would stay there until like 4 or 5, and we just play that game. It was good times. They were nice people. They all drifted away, of course. That was over 20 years ago, but I ended up changing schools, and as soon as I did, I never played again. I never once logged in again. It's like, yeah, this was fun with people, uh, but no desire to play solo. A lot of people don't know I did have a very short FPS phase that went away the moment that I graduated. Well, I didn't graduate. It wasn't graduation that caused it. It was I changed schools because I moved. So yeah, as soon as that happened, I never played again. I wasn't very good at it. I tried, but I'm just not good at those games. Doesn't help that the current FPS games are like super team based and stuff. So even if I had been good at them, I wouldn't have liked the new ones. That phase only lasted like 6 months, though. That was a very short phase. I did StarCraft as well. That was also friend slop. I played that with friends and stuff, and then when they stopped playing, I stopped playing and never went back on again. In case people are wondering why I have such refined tastes in games and stuff, it's kind of just because I've tried everything at some point. I kind of just quickly realize the kind of games that I like and things to avoid. Obviously, I still miss sometimes, but yeah, this next best is kind of not really hitting that hard for me. Oh, this looks cool. What's this? Yeah, this is my kind of shit right here. Art style I'm kind of not really liking, but the gameplay looks good. Yeah, this looks pretty solid. Yeah, I want to get the demo for this. Yeah, I like 2D platformers. They have good movement. If they have slow and unresponsive movement, I won't play them. Yeah, this looks cool. This might scratch the Mega Man Zero itch. Alright, well that's one more to check out. Yeah, that game is vaporware. That game is vaporware. Sometimes people have a hard time understanding why, like a big, a professionally made game from like Capcom or something. They'll say that they ran out of time, and people will wonder like, why can't you just keep working on the game longer? It's like that's a good reason why. there's some of these indie games, bless their hearts, but they fall victim to feature creep. They keep wanting to add more and more stuff, and it's like, if you want the game to make money, you got to release it at some point. Oh, this is a Henteko Dojin game. Yeah, definitely got to check this out. Their games are solid. These guys are pretty much some of the most consistent quality indie shmups you can find. Does this have grazing? If this has grazing, I'm definitely in. I love grazing as a mechanic. I think it does have grazing. Oh wait, this is the graze counter people. This is the graze counter people. Oh wow, I love that game. So does this have grazing like graze counter? When does this release? Yeah, anything from Bikuti Software is top tier. Graze Counter GM is a very underrated shmup. One of the best modern ones in my opinion. Alright, well, I'll definitely get that. I'm gonna have to do another Next Fest stream within the next couple days. Managed to find a couple more of this stream I'm interested in. I think Dragon Blazers actually did get some kind of update recently, but it seems like the guy has been working on a crowdfunded game, which I mean makes sense. It's sure as hell not easy to get a video game crowdfunded these days. It's quite the accomplishment because so many people have ruined that concept by not shipping a game, or they ship something that's completely different. So if that's why Dragon Blazers has been vaporware, I mean that's totally understandable. It's not easy to get people to donate tens of thousands of dollars to make a video game anymore, because even if you do have the willpower and the motivation to finish it, so many people have been scammed. Shit, I got scammed. I got scammed on Wonderful 101. I backed that game, and then they just fucking released it physically anyway. Like, what was the point? That's the only time I've been Kickstarter scammed. Was I did kickstart a Wonderful 101 for the remastered version, and then they just fucking found a publisher anyway. So I don't understand what the purpose was. I didn't even end up liking the game. I mean, that's not their fault. But, yeah, I did get scammed on that pretty hard. I've been pretty good about not donating to stuff that's a scam. But yeah, I don't know if people know that. I actually got that game from Kickstarter, and they basically pulled a fast one on people. I guess it still funded like the post-launch content, but I don't know. Left a bad taste in my mouth. If you need the money, you should actually need the money, not just use it to generate interest, which is like one of the other things that has ruined crowdfunding for video games. Is they undercut like crazy, and it's like actually nowhere near enough money to make the game. They just want to gauge interest. That's what Bloodstained was. Bloodstained was like I think it was there's like 300 or 500K to fund that game, and like shit talk the graphics of that game as much as you want. $300,000 is nowhere near enough to make a game with that scope. They basically said, "Oh, it was to generate interest." So now, like, when a Kickstarter comes out and they actually are transparent about how much money they need, like, look, we need, 300K or whatever to work on this full time, to hire more people and everything and put more stuff in the game, people will say they're asking for too much. It's like they're the ones that are actually being honest. So yeah, if that's why Karate Blazers has been vaporware, I totally understand. I think he's actually got his priorities straight. If that's the case, there's been way more failed Kickstarters than you can ever think of, like just for video games. It's not easy. It is not easy at all. It doesn't seem like the scams happen as much as they did before, but it still happens in us. I mean, Jitsu Squad was not really a scam. It's more just a bunch of things that happened in conjunction to make it look like a scam. But yeah, that would probably be the most recent one because that was a relatively high profile one. They raised quite a bit of money. Uh, coming back like years later and saying that, oh, we're not going to actually finish what you paid for is pretty bad. Last time I remember that happening on something that actually got funded and released was Indivisible, because of all the stuff, the drama that was going on uh, within the company behind the scenes. They did that Indiegogo campaign, and then no, none of it actually got finished. I think like some of it got finished, but not the characters, which is what people really wanted. Let me look right now. I think I'm pretty much done with the next best. I got a whole stream of games to look at. Wait, is it not on? Is it not on Steam anymore? Let me see. Oh, Dragon Blazers. I thought Karate Blazers is an old beat 'em up. Let me check this guy's Twitter. I think he mentioned something about it recently. Like Karate Blazers is like a 1991 beat 'em up. Oh, apparently there's a demo. We could check that out before I go. I don't know why he doesn't put it on Steam where people are actually going to see it. Instead of constantly asking where the game is. Anyway, let's extract this. Hey, you're gonna like give me a tutorial at some point? Come on, like arcade games from the 80s have that. What was I supposed to do? Alright. Like introduce the mechanics to me, please. That's the demo? Alright, yeah, I'm gonna donate thousands. What? Yeah, let me go take out a loan. Well, the demo was like 30 seconds. I can show the demo. Actually, you guys will get a kick out of how meme-worthy this demo is. Literal, 5-second demo. Hold on a second. Why is there no visuals? 5-second demo. The demo is not worth downloading. Look at what it is. It's the whole demo. Yeah, let me go sell a kidney to fund this game. That's all you got. That's all there is. Like a 60-second demo. Is there really more or what? Like, is that really all there is? I must be missing something here. They really expect you to grind or what? Like, I'm not really understanding this at all. Well, yeah, that took more time to set up than anything. I don't know how this person's getting to the rest of the game. Oh, I guess there is more. I don't know how the hell they did that. Ah, well, I don't think it's coming out any time soon anyway. Not, I'm not too worried about that. There is no Kickstarter yet. Would rather not be hyped for that. Doesn't seem like it's coming anytime soon. Let's go ahead and do a quick detour here, and then I'm going to go ahead and call it a night so that I can stream in the morning. Let's look at some of the gaming Kickstarters. Oops. Let's see, what is the state of getting a video game crowdfunded? I haven't really been looking at it. Probably pretty rough, I would imagine. Board games and stuff get funded. pretty consistently, but video games has been not in the best state lately. Uh, the Fallen Fates is a pretty high profile one. Uh, this is from the developers of Astral Ascent, so you know they won't screw you over. I'll definitely play that on release. I don't have the money to fund it right now. What else they got? Uh, the Ghost Vanguard. There's some pretty decent stuff in here, actually. This got funded. But like I said, they're asking like nothing for this game, and I wonder if it actually is like Bloodstained, where they need more money, but they're undercutting. It can be an effective strategy, but a lot of times it's caused problems. So Jitsu Squad is a good example. Jitsu Squad is a perfect example. When it came time to make the DLC, they did not have the money. Yeah, and of course that made people furious because, it was a stretch goal, so it was a promise that was not fulfilled. But, I don't know. Seems like it's pretty far along already. You see all these other ones here that are not having any luck at all. I'm sure some of them are actually quite good. If you ever want to lose your day, go look up video game Kickstarter crowdfunding scams. You could watch those for hours. Some of the best ones was the Project Phoenix, that one that was supposed to be like this big RPG, and they had all these big names from like the Golden Era. They never released anything. Another one was Cryomore. Cryomore was a very early Kickstarter campaign. We're talking like back in the Shovel Knight days, so ages ago. And like it got funded and they never released anything. And then the guy came out and basically said that he was making more money drawing porn than he was finishing the game. That game looked really cool too. It was like Zelda type thing, but with more involved combat, like different movesets and stuff. It looked pretty cool, but the guy never released anything. They took the money and didn't make anything. Beast Fury was another one, that like furry fighting game. I think that got as far as having a playable prototype, but it wasn't. It never got finished. There was a bunch of drama with the funds not being used properly. I think one of the guys used it for like a vacation or something. It's always like the video game Kickstarter scams seem to be the most drama-heavy ones. Soul Quest did get funded. I haven't seen anything from this yet. I played the demo for this like last year. It's pretty good. I will definitely get that when it releases. Lady Death is from the Phantom developers. It looks like complete shit. They have no idea how to make a beat 'em up. I guess they're just thinking having a licensed character with big boobs is gonna sell it, but then like no one bought the Phantom because the demo was terrible. I don't know how the hell this got funded. What is the? How much were they asking for this? They got almost 300K for this shit? What? I've seen gameplay of this. It is horrible. It's really bad. This is all it takes right here. Just have a character like this and put the sprite, and apparently you can make 300K. I'm clearly doing it wrong. I can't believe that got funded. Immortal got funded. That's pretty good. That game's gonna be a piece of shit. That Lady Death game. I think clearly don't know how to make a beat 'em up. I think they're just doing it because they know it's cheap to make. Suddenly, beat 'em ups are back in after a long time of being turned down by publishers. Now everybody wants to make a beat 'em up because they're cheap to make, but there's already like really good ones made on shoestring budgets. So like, why would you want to play something like Lady Death? You can go get Wendigo Blue for $10. Fight and Rage is on sale for like $3 every month. Like, why the hell would I play that? Meifumato is another one. That game did release, but they had so many problems that it ended up being like 10% of what they promised. You can go watch the trailers for that game, and like most of the stuff in the trailer is not even in the final product. That one's not really a scam. There were a lot of problems, especially because I think the developers are in like Ukraine. Uh, but what they released was not at all what people were expecting. It's not what the game said it was going to be. That one's not really a scam. it's it's just kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty good. I'll definitely play that. Astral Ascent is a really underrated action roguelike. Combo Devils. I guess they're going to Kickstarter. This game actually looks like the only platform fighter I'd want to play. I might actually consider backing that because it's got that roguelike mode. I would seriously consider it, depending on how expensive it is. Pizza Kid demo or campaign is soon. It's interesting the ones that have like they weren't like really successful campaigns, but they were still capable of making a really good game, and they ended up making like way more. They ended up making way more than they would have. It's pretty interesting, actually. But 200 games made on Kickstarter. Some of these are not very successful, though. Children of Morta, Bloodstained. Chasm, that game's decent. This game was terrible. This game did release, was terrible. No, everybody says that. The thing about Mighty Number 9 is they actually released a product. It's not what people wanted, and it suffered from feature creep because they wanted to put it on like 10 different platforms. But Mighty Number 9 did release. It's not what people wanted. It was disappointing, but they did deliver a product. The real Kickstarter scams are the ones like Indivisible, where they funded characters and then there was all that shit that went down in their company, and they basically said, well, we can't make the game. We can't make the DLC. Jitsu Squad is also like in the category of not actually a scam, but it kind of is at the same time, because they didn't deliver what was promised. But those games did deliver a base game. They didn't deliver the stretch goals, but they did deliver a base game. A real Kickstarter scam is like Project Phoenix is a good one. Cryamore as well. Cryamore was the one I mentioned where the guy basically openly admitted that He didn't want to make the game because he was making more money drawing porn. And Project Phoenix, Beast Fury are some of the more high-profile Kickstarter scams that most people know about. They didn't deliver anything. Like, there's no game delivered at all. No game delivered at all. Some of these games raised like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they didn't deliver anything. Uh, I think people dogpile Mighty Number 9 like way too much. It wasn't what people wanted, but they did deliver something. There are so many Kickstarter games that they raised a significant amount of money, like hundreds of thousands, and then delivered nothing. So yeah. Anyway, that's gonna do it for tonight, folks. I'm gonna try to get to bed so I can. I definitely have to check out these Next Fest games before it expires. So yeah, that'll probably be the next stream. Maybe some Wuthering Waves as well, because I'm getting into that game again. I don't really want to start anything new because Ninja Gaiden 4's in 3 days. I already paid it off. Unless actually that Toho roguelike game I played at the beginning of the stream. I'll probably check that out tomorrow as well. So there should be 2 streams tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more Next Fest archaeology in the morning.